Welcome to the day 7 of learning through project. Here we will learn what dependency injection is. Here you can see student service where it is injected in student controller. So everything we can get over here, like all the work is done by beam when we inject it. So by doing this we get all the things inside the student service in the student controller. So the student controller can ask for anything, like it can work for new. We don't need to create any object like we used to do through new earlier on. So loose coupling is avoided, so hard coupling is avoided, and we achieve loose coupling over here. By doing so we can get implementation much easier, and it is much more easy to test this student service. Anything we can test is much more easily. So it is necessary to make use of dependency injection in any service. Like for example, now if you want, we can also, here you can see in student service and in fee status checker, what I have done is, based on whether he pay or not, he can view the mark sheet. Like it returning 1, then he can view, otherwise not. Okay, this is can be implemented by two ways, like API, and then another is by creating the student DB. Okay, like for example, if the if we have stored in API or in DB, we can also make check in two ways. Like for example, we can store locally, as well as the data may come from the server. Okay, for this what we have to do, we have to remove this implementation and make each implementation separately, like for student as well as DB. Okay, and remove singleton also for now, and we have this is simple implementation here. So now let's make two classes. One is DB fish service, which implement fish service. Okay, this implements fish service. Okay, here it is returning false. We can make it true so that it can view the mark sheet. Okay, and also change it in the student service. We have changes here also. Fish service, fish service. Okay, change everywhere. Also here, what this will do is, it will check whether it has view, as I have already written true. So after running, I can view the mark sheet. Okay, we can check it through Postman. Okay, yeah, I have written true, so I can check it in Postman. But I haven't written here components, so I have to do that. So it will create a beam of its. What is the use of component? It will create beam of DB field service. Okay, so now let's see in Postman. Yeah, we are getting the result. Okay, 1. What I have to do is, I want to create another, okay, inside API also. So two are get implemented. By doing this, what I can achieve is, I have achieved already loose coupling, because I can create any number of classes which extend fish service, isn't it? Earlier I have done DB service. Now this I have also made this as component. So now two components I have created. One is DB service, another is API fee service. So now it has given me error that two I have created. Okay, two were found. So I have to write one as primary so that it will make only one use during runtime. Okay, when I ask for service, it will give me DB fee service now. Okay, not the API one. So when I run this, I got the mark set because it is returning the DB fee service. Okay, now what I have want to do is I want to just use qualifier. Okay, for that what I have to do, I have to change here in component and DB, and but this is not a good practice because it introduced the tight coupling, and I have written everything in hard-coded form, so it is not recommended because I have to change it inside the code. Okay, this makes poor scalable. If I want to later scale up, then it is not a good practice, so we don't use this in real project, but I have shown this so that we can know. Also, let creating system. By doing this, I can see the output which is called. Okay, when I hit the endpoint, fee not found, it is calling the API. So API. Okay, it means I can keep a qualifier also. Okay, this is not a recommended one, but you can use it if you want, but I don't suggest you to do this. Okay, another one is by using conditional or properties. Okay, this is also good one because it uses the environment based switching. Okay, it is good for like cloud and profiling. It is good. So I've done there having values API. I don't have to write here component, and similarly I can do over here. Okay, name fish.mode key values pair. It work on principle like key value pairs. Okay, I have written here DB, so I don't have to write here again and again. So just now let's give here, so fish.mode. It is exactly what I have written in name. I have to keep that, otherwise it will not work. Okay, and I have to remove here qualifier, and when I run this, then it will use the API one. Okay, now you can see not paid. Why? Because I've used the API one API. So if I change it to DB, then the result, the fee is paid, so it can view the mark set. Okay, successful for one. Yeah, so this is how it works in case of conditional on properties. Now we can also use map. Okay, by using resolver. It is the recommended one, and it is a very much good practice. Like final it works on the key values principle. We can make, okay, it is much better to use this than all the other one. Eh, Now I have made the constructor injection also. Okay, now this is a service. It will resolve what type. Actually, it works. Uh, this the this type is come from the endpoint URL. From URL, it will come path variable, and it will take the path, and then it will go to the student service and here. Okay, after the student service, it is passed over here, and it will get the type, and based on the type, it will return the result. Okay, it doesn't directly come here. First it goes to the URL, and then the path variables URL, the path variable pick, and then it goes to student service, and student service will give us, okay, and here, okay, so I have to write here also, because it is just before reaching the student resolver, it will come here. So I have to give here also this service resolver. Okay. We don't have to do this. We directly can call the resolver. Okay, resolver service, this service, as I have already made it, so I can call it string type, and then return resolver service. Or you can do like if resolver service type equals to spec id that is passing, both are matches, then return this, else return else return SS denied. Okay, this is how it is done. Yeah, I have to use your controller. Here I have to pass id as well as the type. Okay, so that it will use in the service layer. From here it goes to the service layer. Okay, at the path variable, the path variable will take this type, like what it is, ID or then return a mark set. Okay, what is here? Okay, semicolon is missing, so let's put it, and we just run this. Now I have used the best approach of doing. Now I have to pass as well as the endpoint. Okay, if it is db, yeah, there is error. Let's fix it. Okay, I have to write here component db. I'm not using conditional or property now. Okay, I just have to comment that and use this because I'm passing from map. Okay, so I don't have to do that. Now on running, I can see that I can view the marks in API. I can't because it is returning false, isn't it? You can see.